Moving on, Maxine Waters is set to appear in court this week to defend herself against the lawsuits regarding slander toward Republican Congressman nominee and 13-year U.S. Navy veteran Joe Collins.
That's right, and we have Joe Collins right here with us today. Joe, Maxine Waters has done multiple interviews repeatedly claiming that you were dishonorably discharged from the United States Navy from the U.S. military. What can you tell us about this lawsuit that you filed and the truth about those statements?
Well, we filed a lawsuit back in October. Thank you for having me, by the way. And, you know, after we started hearing Maxine run her advertisements and doing her radio show saying that I was dishonorably discharged, we actually sent demand letters asking for her and the outlets, the media outlets that she used to retract that statement, along with a copy of my DD-214, which clearly states that I was never dishonorably discharged. But Maxine ignored it, and we ended up filing a lawsuit a few weeks after that. Because here's the thing, I don't mind you talking about me. I understand this is politics and it's, you know, quote unquote, supposed to be dirty. But what you never do is disrespect our service members, never disrespect our military members, our veterans. I think that's extremely disrespectful. And this just shows that the lack of candor from Maxine Waters. And it's time for these politicians to be held accountable. And that's exactly what I plan on doing.
Well, but there's a difference between, I mean, when you say dirty, there's a difference between jabbing and saying this is how someone voted or this is what they have in their past. But out and out lying, is that what we can expect from politics these days?
Well, that's what we've been getting for a very long time. If you look at the political climate from the past year, especially from Democrats, ever since President Trump has been in office. But, you know, no one, even mainstream media, has never called them out on their lies. Even, you know, when you hear Joe Biden make disrespectful remarks towards blacks and Latinos, and they say, well, it's just a Joe Biden gaffe. And for me, it's uncalled for. I'm not going to take it from anybody, not even a sitting congresswoman.
Yeah, that would be difficult. So I guess my question to you, Joe, is, okay, so what do you hope to accomplish from this? Obviously, you hope to get some attention. That's not really going particularly well. But is the lawsuit in process? Where are we in the steps moving forward?
So we've sent the lawsuit off back in November. She was served, and she ignored the lawsuit. She said she thought it was a political stunt, even though I did make a big deal about the lawsuit in the media because it wasn't for attention. That's not what I filed the lawsuit for. But it's about accountability. We have to start holding these politicians accountable for the things that they say. They influence a lot of people, whether they like it or not. And some politicians use the influence for good, and some of them use it for negative impacts towards others. And at the end of the day, it's about accountability. We have to stop people from being able to make slanderous statements and lying to the American public on a regular basis. And I think that this is a start in ensuring that happens.
What are you asking for from Maxine Waters in this lawsuit to make amends for this?
Well, what we're going to ask for is for her to stop lying, for a public apology, and, you know, hopefully she probably will end up leaving office with a criminal record. She needs to be censored and she needs to be removed from office. I don't think any politician should be able to make these types of statements and be able to remain in office.
Do you think that's really possible? I mean, in this world, I think you've probably come to understand, Joe, there seem to be a lot of double standards. Those that work in Washington and the rest of the peasants out here, you, me, and Tudor included. I wonder if justice will actually be served.
Well, if not, we're going to continue to press. We've already have a House ethics complaint filed against Maxine Waters for her violent tendencies in our 2020 election, and we're gonna keep fighting. We're gonna keep fighting regardless of, you know, whatever the criminal justice decides. We're gonna continue to hold politicians accountable. I think that's the best that the American people can expect.
And do you know, is she running again? I mean, she is getting up there. I think that, is Maxine Waters now 83 years old? Will she run for the seat another time?
I can see Maxine Waters running again. If we look at our members in Congress and in the Senate, they have some extremely aged politicians who should have been done with politics maybe 30, 40 years ago. Maxine is one of them. Will she run again? I'm not 100% certain, but she hasn't came out and said that she is not running again. But, you know, regardless, we're still going to hold her accountable for her actions.
Joe, we greatly appreciate you being here. We'll check back from time to time to make sure that we're keeping up on what's happening with your lawsuit. Thank you so much for taking the time. You know, maybe we should change the term running for office. Tudor, I'd throw that out there. Maybe we should just be seeking office. We'll just leave it there, right?